We got to work on those transitions. Why is it all glitchy? I think it's the hoodie that I'm wearing. Welcome back to the Build Show. I'm your host, Ben Estrino, over here at the Empower Gaming Studio. I know the studio is trying to bleed into the scene. Pretty cool. Anyway, today we're going to be building at least one PC. Hopefully, we'll get through a couple. We'll see. But first off, we're going to start out with the wrong name on the stream. Sorry, Justin, we already built yours. I actually meant to update that before we started. We already built Justin's yesterday. What are we doing? We're going to be building for Scott. Ben in the Matrix with the hoodie. Welcome to the Build Show, McDumper. I hope you're dumping all the mix. Welcome to the Build Show, Gaming with Ant-Man. You are the first over there on YouTube. I don't know, yeah, it's the hoodie with the background, so it keeps trying to pick up everything else around me. It's bleeding in! What do we do? Ah! 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 Yes, my intention was to make you disorientated for just a moment while I fixed things on the stream and you didn't notice. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So, now that you're disorientated, we can go through the parts list and start building this beast for Scott. I did tell Scott I was going to send him an email, so let me send that out real quick before we get started. I actually should have sent that before I started, but you know me. This. Okay, now that that's done, we're back. Oh, I know it's kind of late, guys. I apologize. I wanted to get started earlier, but the day was just packed. I mean, packed with just insanity. Lots of people coming in and out looking for builds. I've literally sold every PC that I've had built ready to go now, so everything's gone. And all of the builds that I have, you know, for inventory planned to build leading up to Monday have all sold as well, or have been claimed at least. So that's how crazy it was today. Just today was super crazy. So leading up to today, I was tons of phone calls, tons of questions, tons of remote sessions with people that had questions after they picked up their PC and stuff. So lots of support calls, and then I also had to do some running around for some Christmas shopping for the family here, which I am very behind on. So I had to take advantage of a little bit of time that I had, and then I got back pretty late. So that is why we're starting so late. Hey, what's up? Good evening, Army Vet. It looks like the sound is also terrible. Good evening, Army Vet. Welcome back to the Build Show. So, with all that being said, hopefully you heard me, because the music was a little loud there. We're going to go ahead and run through this build. This is the View Infinity from the website. If you're familiar with that, or if you're familiar with any of the builds on the website, that is what this build is, except for one thing that we had to change out on the build, and that is the case fans and the case itself. We did change those out. We do have the Infinity Cooler by Thermalright, but we are building it with the Montech fans. And this is only because of the fact that we could not get the case that we wanted in 4 degrees up, the minus 4 degrees up there. Yeah, it's a little cold. Ben, would you ever consider hiring an employee to help place and take orders to help with the actual builds? Yes, but I got to think about that because most of the builds we stream, right? So we have to think about that. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get to a point where there's so many builds that, or at least I'm hoping we get to the point where there's so many builds we just can't feasibly stream all of them unless we create, you know, separate channels or separate cameras showing separate builds. I mean, that's the only way that we could do it. Then I'd have to have multiple people being able to stream, or I would coordinate. I don't know how we'd have to work that out, but that is the perk. One of the big perks of buying, you know, from me is that you get to see this. So I don't know, and I don't really want to take that away. It's kind of a unique experience, so I have to think about that. Yeah, but a lot of YouTube streamers are just a channel. They have employees. Yeah, I know. that can go on stream. Yeah, I know. I think, yeah, but you also have to have the knowledge. So I'd have to find the right people, you know, somebody that could speak and answer the questions that do come here on the stream. So a lot of people jump in. Hey, good morning from Greece. Welcome to the Build Show. Tuning in from Greece. Not you, Google. Apparently Google wanted to look something up. So yeah, you just got to find the right people, I guess. And, you know, I have a couple of people in mind, but they've got day jobs. I don't know if they're looking into this. You're already doing some, I know, I'm already doing a ton. I get drowned in the work, so I don't mind it right now. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but like right now it gets a little overwhelming, but you know, you work through it and then at the end you're like, you know, that was fun. Let's do it again next year. Okay. So this build is the View Infinity from the website. It is a Zen 4/Zen 5 build. We're going to be doing the Zen 4. Specifically, we're going to be running the AMD Ryzen 7 7700X, which has got the 8 core, 16 threads, and a 5.4 maximum boost. So that is your AIM-5 processor that we're going to be working with, the socket that we're going to be working with. CPU cooler is the Thermalright Frozen Infinity in black, which is got the 3 120mm fans on a 360mm AIO, along with the Infinity mirror. So it's really just a mirror on the block that creates this really cool feature with the RGB lights. Kind of looks like you're looking into infinity. Hey, what's up, some giant idiot? People here reporting for duty. So, outside of the cooler that's going to be cooling the CPU, we're going to be installing that onto a B650 Gaming X AX V2 by Gigabyte. Big fan of the V2, by the way. It's a great solid board. Oh, 7 hours. Holy smokes, ahead of you from... Yeah, it's 5:52 a.m. there. You're just waking up and sipping coffee and watching the show. Look at that. It's one way to start the day. Like, who can answer this? What CPU can handle a workload if I'm decoding the sound? Yeah, man, I don't think anybody can answer that. Maybe, like I said, these questions are probably for more like an Elon Musk. The Pentium. Robert Fixit, that's a good one, the Pentium 2. Yeah, I think that would handle it, yeah. But you have to be looking right at it, the sun, while decoding. So, for the duration of the decoding from the Pentium 2. But outside of that, we've got 32 gigs DDR5 6000 megahertz CL30 RAM, which is a dual channel kit by G.Skill, and it is the Flare X5 series right here. So there's two 16 gigabyte sticks, and then we have a 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD, which is the MP44 by Team Group. It's a great SSD. We also have the contact frame for the CPU, which is the AM5 contact frame by Thermalright. We have a 750 watt 80 plus gold fully modular power supply by Thermaltake. Again, normally we would use Sedratek here, but their availability has been difficult. It's not that they're not available, it's just the amount of time that's going to take for it to get here is too long, so we've been rolling with our supplemented Thermaltake option, which is ATX 3.0 and PCI 5.0 ready. We do have the Gigabyte RTX GeForce RTX 4070, which is a 12 gigabyte GDDR6 192-bit graphics card. So this is more of your 1440p performance, and it's the Gigabyte WindForce OC V2. Another V2 by Gigabyte, version 2. So this is all going into the Montek Sky 2. Montek Sky 2. So we're going to be, typically this would have been the Thermaltake View Thermaltake View 270 would have been the case that we would have built in, but they're just not available. So we ended up going with the black Montek Sky 2 as a supplement to get this build done. We did talk to Scott, and we verified that it was okay to do that. So we verified that. Ryzen 9, more cores for the... Yeah. Not gonna say that. let's all agree the slot cartridge Pentium 2 is still the best processor of all time. I don't know if it's the best, but I did like the design back then. I think it led up all the way to the Pentium 3, right? Pentium 3 was also a slot processor. They had the socket, the LGA socket, and the slot option for Pentium 3, if I remember correctly. That was when they transitioned, or when they were starting to transition. Whenever I open my computer store, I will have a Pentium 2 slot processor attached to the bathroom key. That is actually a great idea. I am hoping Scott makes it in here. Twisted GA got my audio interface and GPU in the mail today. The rest of the build parts will probably come in late January. Nice! Well, nice that you've already got some of the parts in, but not nice that the rest of them are coming in late January. That's what happens around now. This time of the year, parts become scarce, and it takes more time for parts, specific parts, to get here. So you got to shop around. It's one of the benefits of having a Micro Center here is generally they get the parts every week, so they usually have some sort of new inventory at least once a week. Other than like the 4090s, I've not seen any of those come back, and the B580s. Those have been pretty difficult to get as well. So CPU is epoxied. CPU in epoxy is big in the nerd world. I actually had I have a few CPUs here with bent, like totally destroyed pins and or dead older Intel CPUs that we could do that with if you wanted to. So I've been collecting them as I repair. Usually it's a customer that it's generally AMD's CPUs where they're taking the cooler off to upgrade the CPU, or taking the cooler off to install a better CPU cooler. Don't realize that the AM4 CPU gets stuck to the cooler and gets ripped out of the socket, and then tries to put it back in when they aren't figuring out what's going on, and then they damage the crap out of the pins to the point where they break off. And then they brought it in for me to fix, and I look at it and I'm like, you're buying a new CPU. I'm not doing it. Not repairable. I don't have the time for that. So probably repairable if you have the time, but me, not gonna sit there and solder all those pins back on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. We're gonna easily get through at least one build. Then we'll move on to maybe another build if we get through this one quick enough. We have a couple of builds that we're gonna have to do tomorrow for sure. I've got if we don't get through another build today, then we'll have 3 to 4 builds to do tomorrow, and we can start actually super early tomorrow, like after 12 p.m. so we could start right during the NFL time. So we'll see who actually wants to watch instead of the NFL games. Okay, motherboard ready. Let's go. Rookie mistakes. Got to heat up the AM4s before. I know. They just come in a lot like that. You know, people pulling the stock heatsink that somebody used with in the first place, and they like adhesive. It's like adhesive thermal paste. So they just pull it out and they rips the CPU right out of the socket. It's kind of silly. I don't know why they don't use like a better thermal paste, you know, that doesn't stick like adhesive. Whenever, or CPUs is epoxy. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. What is NFL for 400? Is it a computer term? Yeah, not fully loaded. That is what the NFL means here in the computer world. Not fully loaded. Or what's another good term for it? Noctua fan latency? Ryzen 7 7700X or Ryzen 9 9700X is a good VFM for new PC build. Those are both very good options for CPUs. The 7900X would be a better option if you need the additional cores, etc. Or you can go to the 9700X, which would have, I think, the 12 cores and I think 24 threads or something like that. So that's an additional option as well. Alright guys, let's get this build going. We'll zoom in for this one. That happened to me when I was changing cases. Luckily, I was able to pry the CPU off the cooler. Yeah, that's usually what you do, but a lot of the people that didn't identify that their CPU was actually stuck to the bottom of the cooler, like, I don't know what they do, but they set the cooler down or something, and it just, in such a way, that it damages the CPU pins and breaks them off. I've seen that several times now. But it's just a lack of knowing, you know, if they watched one YouTube video somewhere, because that's just such a common thing. I mean, like, every PC builder on YouTube knows and talks about it. So here's our Ryzen 7 7700X going in. We're going to place it into the socket gently. There we are. And then we're going to remove the stock bracket and replace it with the AIM-5 contact frame from Thermalright. Cross-posted the streams. Let's see if it actually... Friends. Cross-posted. Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. So what's the graphics card? We're going to be running the RTX 4070 for this build. This is the View Infinity on the website, and they selected the RTX 4070 along with the 7700X. Hey, what's up, Agent Smith? Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Let's see here. I want to ask something else. My friends, 5 months or more ago, I bought from my friend a motherboard new, but it's 13 years old. Never used all these years. I tried to sell this motherboard, and the buyer told me it's not working. Did you see all these years brand new motherboard not working? I've never really seen anything like that. But I mean, it's a possibility that the watch battery on the board is probably dead. So I don't know what they mean by it's not working. But this guy right here probably is dead after that long. So, although it should boot up without it, it shouldn't, you know, keep it from booting up. But it might be something you want to take a look at. I don't know. What is it doing? How's my Saturday? It's been insane. It's been super insanely busy. I'm just trying to basically picture me swimming, and I'm just trying to keep my head above the water. And that is what my Saturday looks like. How is yours? Difficult to say unless you test it yourself, yeah, with known working parts. The only thing a brand new 13-year-old board would have issues with is probably the little battery going exactly what I said. And that shouldn't keep it from posting exactly. I don't have my friend's parts for these motherboards. Yeah, the battery. The motherboard, Gigabyte H61M. So it's not a crazy board either. He told me his technician checked the battery, changed it, same problem, is not powering up. What CPU is he pairing it with? Maybe he's putting the wrong CPU on the socket and it's just not, you know, if it's the wrong pinout for the CPU on the wrong socket, maybe that's not going to work. You know what CPU he's trying to run with it? The 61M, I think, is first, second gen, maybe third gen, maybe fourth gen. It's either, what is that, third gen, fourth gen? Lots of hearsay. Yeah, socket 1155, so that's what for second, third, and fourth gen. Skint. So the reason why I use this drive is it's a super fast drive, and it's got some pretty good flash on it, so it's an NVMe. And I've honestly never had any trouble with Team Group ever. So this thing's got 7400 read, and I think 6800 write on it. CMP44 if you want to look it up. It's a 2 terabyte. Yeah, Team Group MP44, 2 terabyte is what we're using today. Second and third gen of Intel, gotcha. So what CPU is he using on the socket? He's using the right one? Very busy as well. I'm not ready for Christmas. I don't think any of us are. I don't think any of us are actually ready for Christmas. Especially if you have kids. You know, it's a lot of work. Ton of work. Getting our little M.2 screw out of the box in the package so we can secure the drive. I don't like making those super tight, you know, because it's already going to have a heat sink or heat spreader over it. Doesn't need to be like insanely tight, but just enough so it doesn't move. All right, there we go. I do believe we have some brackets that we can add from the Thermalright Frozen Infinity, so I'm going to go ahead and grab those and get them out. We could do it easily inside the case, it's not that big of a deal, but may as well just tackle that while we're here. Still shopping here for the younger kids. Yep. Don't forget to leave Santa milk and cookies, yeah. So in this household, we leave Santa either a shot or a beer. So we encourage Santa's drinking while flying his sleigh, because technically he has autopilot with his reindeer, right? So it's okay for him to drink. We've had this conversation. Perfectly safe, because he just tells Rudolph or one of the other reindeers to fly for him, puts it in autopilot, makes it to his next destination. All we want for Christmas is an Intel B580. Yes, I'm on that boat as well. Still waiting for mine. We'll see if Santa delivers. You know, he could. All right, let's get this hardware out and mount the Thermalright hardware for the AM4 socket / AM5 socket. Still going strong. Dang it. Both of those slipped. Don't like doing that. Alright, so the motherboard is ready to go into the case. We're gonna pick this bad boy up and set it over here. Get the case out. And start putting things in the case. Again, this is the Montech Sky 2. Got the tempered glass front and side panel with the side intake and slash bottom intake. We're gonna just dive right into it and start taking all the panels off because we are going to need to put the radiator up there. AIO. Probably don't need to take this panel off. I might just leave it on there. Not really a reason to. We don't have to install those intake fans on the side. Ah. Don't forget to leave. Oh, yeah. I find Micro Center's website and I see Intel Arc B580 is available in Micro Center USA, but it's not available in the one near me, and they don't ship specific components. It's in-store pickup only. It's all a marketing scheme to get you to go into the store and buy more than what you're just going to buy. And of course, it works every time. So every time I walk into Micro Center, I'm like, I'm just here for this, and then I walk out with a cart full of crap, and I'm like, what happened? I don't even know. Oh, honey, I promise. They forced me to buy all this. So far, I've never convinced the wife that they forced me to buy everything that I've bought. One day she will accept that as an excuse, but has not been the case yet. Oh. All right, let's drop this board comfortably inside the case. Because we're confident, because it's a Montech case, that the studs are all in the correct locations, which they appear to be. For $250 and $270, yeah. Yeah, they're the right price. They're just not available near me. Do graphic mods for games use RAM or VRAM? They will use both. Hey, Onra, welcome back to the Build Show, sir. I'm late again, damn it. Well, I started late, so it's kind of like my fault. Oh, you guys should have said something. I forgot I was so zoomed in. Damn it. Next time, say something like, hey, Ben, you're an idiot. That's all you gotta say. I didn't realize we were still zoomed in on the side of the case. Looking for the motherboard. I actually guessed on how many screws I poured out of the bag, and I guessed perfectly. Proud of myself. Is this power supply a modular? Yes. Cool. We're gonna get our EPS cable plugged in here, right meow, so we don't have to deal with that again like last night. Got ourselves into a pickle that we couldn't unpickle very easily without unpickling a bunch of stuff, and the pickle just got so big it was ridiculous. So we're gonna avoid that whole pickle by just doing the EPS cable right now. I mean, right meow. We didn't say anything about the zoom. We appreciate more handsome face than the build. Oh. Well. You must be talking about the PC that just shows up behind me randomly in the background, right? Damn it, get... Because I know you're not talking about me. There we go. I'm just going to put the power supply in a little bit backwards than my normal process, but I may as well just get it done and over with. And I know it is modular and I don't have to necessarily do this. I'm just going to do it this way because I'm going to do it this way. Don't judge me. Do not judge me, please. And yes, I am putting all of the cables onto the modular power supply, but this is to ensure that cables don't go missing later down the road. Too many times have I had customers come back to me and say, yeah, I'd like to put in a bigger card, and then I'd be like, okay, where's your power supply extension, or your power supply cables? And they're like, oh, we threw those away because we didn't know we needed them. And even though I've told them to keep them, and or if it's somebody that built their own PC and threw it away because they didn't know to keep them. So my way of protecting the customer from throwing the cables away is by putting them in the PC, so they'd have to throw the whole PC away to throw away these cables. So that helps, you know, protect them from being, allows them to have their future upgrades later down the road as needed. You know? I'm just fighting the good fight the best I can. Hey, what are we building tonight? Well, welcome. Am I saying that right? Isa? We are building the View Infinity from the website, which is a has a bunch of custom features or options. So the customer selected a Ryzen 7 7700X along with a B650 AXV2, 32 gigs of DDR5 6000 CL30 RAM, 2 terabytes M.2 Gen 4 with an RTX 4070, and a 750 watt power supply is included with that. And this normally or typically would be the View 270 by Thermaltake, but we are building in the Montech Sky 2 as a supplement because we could not get the View Infinity here quick enough, or the, I'm sorry, we couldn't get the View 270 here quick enough for the build that needs to be done before Christmas. Customer agreed with this case option, so I am not saying it right. How do you pronounce it? Give me Izia. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I'm terrible with English. Everybody already knows that. Yeah, it's a pretty solid build. Solid build. Right now I'm just getting the power supply in so I can get these EPS cable, CPU power cable up here. That way I don't have to do it when there is a AIO and radiator up here at the top. I hate doing that. I hate doing it so much. Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? Isaiah. Gotcha. It just clicked when I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's my brain. It came back. Back in. You know, sometimes my brain, you know, checks out for a minute and then it comes back. I apologize. I'm terrible at English. Front panel. Addressable RGB header. Here we go. And PWM fan header as well, which I think goes right here. Cool. That would be pretty much everything. USB freezing at the right place. Okay, it's an easy one to fix. Are we going to have a 4090 build tomorrow? Yes. Yes, we will. As long as all of the Christmas builds are done, we can do the 4090 build. We will for sure have one at some point tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Got pretty much everything plugged in that we need. So now we can tackle... Oh, that hurt. That was a nice little shocker. Now we can tackle these bottom fans and also get the radiator in. When I say fans for the bottom, one fan is included with the case, and we also bought an additional reversed blade to fill it out. We've got 2 total that are going to go in. Pretty cool, huh? I hope that 4090 isn't for gaming. It's for a mixture of things. I think he's doing some... I think he's doing a lot more than just gaming on it. Pretty sure. The second 4090 build we're doing on Monday is going to be for X-Plane. Caribbean. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Is it too late to go back to school because I'm 21 already? No, it's never too late to go back to school. Don't ever feel bad to go back about going back to school. There's always... I think the best way you can look at life, Isaiah, is that no matter what you're doing, you're pretty much in school every day. Every day we're learning something new, right? So you're always learning. You're always in school. Doesn't matter what you're doing, in a way. But I think in today's society, you know, it's definitely okay to go back to school. Doesn't matter what age you are. You can go back to school at any age you want. There we go. We got the 2 bottom fans installed. And now we can move on to the radiator / AIO. Love you. I just rebuilt my whole computer today with this new motherboard because I fried the last one with too much North clock. Dang, North bus clock. You can do it. We believe in you. I will try. There is no try. There's only do. Been waiting a long time to use that one, guys. Then I'll learn a trade or a skill. Yeah, that's actually one of the best things you can do is just go learn a trade. The problem with me is that I don't believe in myself. You can believe in yourself. You just got to wake up and work hard each day, and eventually it does get better. How'd you fry it putting too much overclock on the North bus? Go into detail for me, please. I am curious. Like, what board, what CPU are you running? Ow. Let you get in there. All of you up here. Okay. Oh boy. I didn't realize how tight of a fit this was. Just do it. Just doing it is the beginning. And then you just do it 1,000 more times and 1,000 more times, and eventually it's done. Yo, what's up, Kanye West? What's going on, man? Kanye West fan 69. Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. And Adam, you got to elaborate on that. You can't just leave us hanging. Tell us more. Finally, found a spot that sells a King 95, but remembered Canada Post is on strike. Oh no, it won't get here for a month. Oh, I feel like everybody's on strike right now. Amazon's on strike right now too, I think. Maybe I need to go on strike. 4070 has arrived. Let's put it in here and do some cable management and then fire this bad boy up. Man, you're just having the worst, absolutely worst luck trying to find a King 95. Kind of feel bad. If you were closer, like I said, I would totally buy one and let you just come over here and pick it up. Dang it. You would do this. Nice. Looking like a custom gaming PC now. Hell yeah. Do some cable management on the backside. Oh, hello, fire this bad boy up. That case is so good, I know, I love it. NGL, that brownish PCB color that Gigabyte uses in the motherboards doesn't look great, for say less. Yeah, it's not terrible, but could have been better, yeah. Is it okay if my PC is on a wooden slab on top of carpet? It's open frame. So the main reason why we want to put a PC on a piece of wood or something, if you have to put it on carpet, is because on the bottom you have your power supply. And generally, that is where your power supply is drawing air. And you don't want this being suffocated by your carpet. So we would want a level surface, hard surface, that allows the appropriate airflow underneath the case. So that's the main reason. Number two is if you have it on the carpet, it's going to suck all the dust closer to the floor anyway. It's going to pick up a lot more dust. So the closer it is to the floor, where your feet are stomping, especially on carpet, the carpet will pick up dust or push dust up, and it will get sucked right into your computer. So those are the two negatives, being on the floor or being on the carpet. That is why we would recommend a piece of wood or a plank of wood for the carpet, because it will help with the airflow underneath. Am I going all out? I have to build myself a PC someday. Never had one before. And I'm going to go all out. Nice. Well, if you watch enough videos here, you'll learn how to build one here. I built a lot of PCs here. This year we only did 180, but last year we did 733, which was a crazy ton of computers last year. So not all of them were live streamed, but I mean, we do a ton of builds, and a lot of people jump in here and ask questions a lot. A lot of people will join the Discord and ask questions there as well, so you're welcome to also join the Discord channel if you'd like. Somebody to drop the correct Discord channel link. The Empower Gaming channel. That would be cool to drop into the chat, and if you can't, if you don't have permissions, let me know and I'll fix that. And or drop the link myself. Because I don't think I have everybody's permissions set on the YouTube side. Never got around to doing that, I don't think. So, we'll see. Alright, we got this, and this. These all have to run up towards the top. We're going to run them underneath this EPS cable that's unfortunately going to have to run in a weird way. It'll be a weird run there. Nice. Or is it better? Nope, definitely better to run this way. Cable management is just lots and lots of patience. That is the key behind this mess. I have no idea what I'm going to do up there. Actually, no idea what I want to do. No idea what I want to do with that up there. It is a pile of mess. Let's dissect it little by little and be patient. Taking my own advice. First things first, we have a cable tangled to crazy crap, which we don't want. There you go. And the rest of this really just be zip tied up and bundled like a wonderful bundle of joy. Yeah. And then again, can't do much with this because of the length. So we're just gonna probably let that one flow as is. Much we can do with that. Do. Rat nest for life. Yeah, that's basically where we were going with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna stay a rat's nest. Crap. All right. Can't get that much better. Can't get much better than that, guys. What do you think? Pretty good for the quick, quote-unquote, cable management. All right, let's get this thing plugged in and fired up. This back panel is not on all the way. Oops. Okay. Get that side view going. All fired up. We're ready to see the shiny lights. Oh my. All right, Scott, I don't know if you're actually in here or not, but if you are, you would have the opportunity to tell us to comment this on. I have no idea what just happened there, guys. No idea what just happened to the music. All I did was move the keyboard and mouse. I didn't touch anything. Sorry about that. If I blew anybody's eardrums out or speakers, I apologize ahead of time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So pretty. Let's go! Well, we don't have a post yet, so we're on a red light. Oh, there it is. Finally posted. Yes. Reset the FTPM, or the FMP, that, whatever it is. I need some glasses for those ARGBs. Yes, you will get a tan sitting close to this PC, an RGB tan that is. Hey Casey, over on the Facebook. Thank you for the like over there. Oh, I forgot. I actually didn't realize Scott, it might actually be watching from Facebook, not from YouTube. So I apologize, Scott. I thought he was joining us on YouTube. Fans look nice. I know it's a very nice blend. Like if you look at the top of the build too, it just blends very nicely. The RGB. It's not like overkill on the RGB on this one. My case is not vented at the bottom. Should I put a PSU fan facing upwards, although the case is open frame? No, it's not necessary to do that. You can keep the power supply facing down if you wanted to, as long as there's enough airflow underneath for the power supply. I think you said you're building in a... no, you told us what case you're building in. Yeah, you're fine. This build looks nice in the dark. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. It's clean. It's very clean. So Very clean build. Very nice. Okay, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Kanye West, should I get the 9700X over a 7700X for extra $10? Yes, the 9700X will have a few more cores, and if I remember correctly, I think it's a little bit more efficient on power, but maybe not after that BIOS change. But it's got a couple more cores and some more threads on there, so depending on what you're doing, it really might make a difference there. The 9700X is probably going to be a better option over the two. For the $10, is it worth it? Yeah, in my opinion, maybe. But when I was looking, the 7700X was a lot cheaper than the 9700X. How did you sell out all of your inventory so fast? I have no idea. Today was absolutely insane. And the 3 inventory builds that I have planned that are more budget-friendly builds, they're all sold also. So those are 3 that I have to build tomorrow, for sure. And then the 4090 build. And we're going to start early, and we're going to go pretty... We're going to have a really long stream tomorrow. Unless I decide just to build the budget ones quick and off-stream. I don't know why that's happening. Interesting. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's a bundle sale at Canada Computers. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Micro Center hasn't had those bundle deals with the 9700X yet that I'm aware of. Maybe they do. I've seen them with the... No, I haven't. Maybe I have. I can't remember. I don't know. I look at too much stuff and I can't remember crap anymore, especially when it gets this late. We're well into almost midnight here for me. So this is going to be the only build that we do tonight. Tomorrow we are going to do 3 builds, and we're going to start early, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, afternoon start, and then we're going to go late. So we're going to be building at least 4 PCs tomorrow. We've got quite a few. And again, I might do some of those budget builds that I need to have done ASAP off stream though. Maybe. Nice. See you tomorrow. Yes. We might end up just doing the 4090 build tomorrow on stream, actually. I'm trying to think of this because I'm going to have people coming in and out tomorrow, and I really don't want to be on stream while doing that. It would be kind of weird. I know Scott is looking to pick up his PC tomorrow, so I've got to get this one done, and then I've still got to finish up Layla's from yesterday's, and same with Justin's, and they both also want to pick up tomorrow. So I've got those 3 PCs to finish up and have ready for pickup tomorrow, on top of the 4 builds that I want to do tomorrow. So we'll see. Either way, we'll be streaming. We're going to do the 4090 build, and I hope everybody's looking forward to it. Clean Cyberpunk build, yeah. Cool night, yes. But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Come join us tomorrow for the 4090 build. It'll be awesome. If you missed tomorrow's 4090 build, we'll have another 4090 build on Monday. So looking forward to getting both of those done and finished. I'm waiting for that fat guy, the 4090. Well, I mean, we got him back here. I've got a Gigabyte 4090 and I have an Asus Tough Gaming 4090 over here. So those are the cards that we're going to be building with tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.